Hey! Welcome to Rabbits One Hole. I am Jonesy, Agent J. Um, my buddy Tony, he's not here with us right now, but that's okay because we got to keep the show on the roll. Okay? Got to talk about some interesting things, talk about a little bit about current topics. I'm going to try to stay on pace, and I'll try to explain to my audience the best way that I can. A little bit about the show. This is a variety show. This is a show to bring back human connection, to listen to real stories from real people. With the news and media that's going on lately, we have CNN and Fox News. I feel like we're missing some things. We're missing some stories. It just seems like this pull, this tide going in between, you know, what's real news, what's fact news. People are leaning towards the podcast now. They are leaning towards TikTok to get their news about what's going on because nobody's doing the investigative journalism anymore. Nobody is pursuing stories that matter to people. It's like we're caught up in this like whole political storm and this like misinformation and like stuff that's going on. And the reason I'm starting this show is just to get people to wake up. I'm not trying to get people to, get scared, to wear foil hats and to like get paranoid or anything. But there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I got my live right now with TikTok, and I'm recording from my other camera, and I'm going to edit, and the full show will be on Spotify. I have a page if you want to follow. It's on Facebook. It's called Two Rabbits Down the Warren Press. So if you get a chance, check out our page. I'm just trying to get this lift off the ground, trying to bring actual news to people and bring some information and to get my followers and subscribers and people just to wake up, you know. There's a lot of stuff just happening. And if you are asleep and your face is in the phone, then you're not going to pay attention, and somebody's going to make that decision for you, and that's terrible. We have to touch grass, people. We got to wake up. We got to communicate. We got to talk. We can't get so caught up in these games on our phone. You're missing the big picture. So if you're just joining in, this is my premiere. This is the first episode. The full episode, which I'm going to add verification of my information that I drop, because I don't want to be a podcaster that's pulling information out of his ass. That's just not me. I refuse to do that. I want to go in depth. I want to go down that rabbit hole. And if you join me, then you can go down the rabbit hole with me. Two rabbits, one hole. You can be that or a rabbit. So what I'm going to talk about today, getting right into the nitty gritty, is who remembers COVID? Who remembers am I recording? Still recording. Okay. Make sure that I'm still activated here. So, who remembers COVID, man? Like, we had to take vaccines, we had to get locked down, we had to wear the masks. It was a scary time. I mean, I mean, my experience alone was, what am I doing with my life? That something this magnitude, this huge, can happen, and it just stops us in our tracks. That we're not guaranteed tomorrow, we're not guaranteed the next day. And are we making choices and decisions to makes us happy? What are we pursuing the things that we need to do in life? You know, I know some days that we just go through this rut. We go through this cycle of, you know, get up in the morning, brush my teeth, get ready for work, go to work, get done with work, go home, go to sleep, fall asleep, go and do it all over again. With nothing changing, you just get in this rut, and it's easy just to find distractions. And part of the distractions is like our cell phones or just not paying attention to what's going on. And we just need to wake up. Boy, do we need to wake up. Okay, so a fun fact, but you can look this up. And once I get my Spotify, I'll do the magic and show the videos. So in the 1950s, there were only so many satellites. There weren't that many. And I have this footage, and I'll put it on my Spotify, and it's on my page. If you go to Two Rabbits Down the Warren Press on Facebook, you can check out some of the videos. Whatever I don't post on my podcast, you can check out on the Facebook, and put your comments. Tell me what you think, because I'll put comments on there too. So stay with me here. Okay, so satellites. All right, this is what I'm pointing out. During 2020, when we were down and we were like scared in our boots, I bought an Xbox because I knew we were going to get locked down, and I was just like, okay, I need to get something that's going to keep me entertained. But while we were not paying attention, Starlink, Elon Musk, sent up over 4,000 satellites. Now, if you look this up, and you can go on your own, you can look this up on YouTube, you can look this up on TikTok about the satellites in 2020, and they'll show this globe and like just a little bit of satellites, and then all of a sudden there's a bunch of these satellites that are surrounding the planet. It doesn't make any sense. It's insane. Like, you only, from what I've read, you only need 2,000 satellites to maintain and operate our regular stuff. So why do we have almost 15,000 satellites? That's a good question, right? Nobody's really asking that. And then to tie onto that rabbit hole, who's doing maintenance on these satellites? Do you ever see like missions on NASA or Elon Musk? Because there's no way that if there's satellites in space and you got debris, you got space rocks, you got radiation, that these satellites are going to be operating at 100% with no damage. Who's doing maintenance? I don't know who's doing maintenance. Maybe somebody out there who's watching me right now can answer that question. Because I'm on TikTok Live right now, but I'm also recording for my show, Two Rabbits, one whole podcast. But yeah, man, feel free to reply, mention that things. Other than that, I'm just kind of going to go off the riff. COVID was, it was a terrible time, and I would love for you to follow the upcoming video, because I made an AI video and it's hilarious. It has to deal with toilet paper. That's all I'm going to say. Remember when toilet paper was a thing? We were just going nuts and apeshit because somebody dropped the line like, oh, you need toilet paper because of COVID. And then you couldn't find any toilet paper whatsoever. It's just a wild time. I mean, my experience with COVID, I'm a corrections officer by trade. I've been doing it for over 17 years. I've worked with juveniles. That's where I started my career. I was a counselor. I worked with the youth. I was working the corrections facility in Charleston, West Virginia at the time of COVID. And I was a sergeant. And I love my job and I love what I did. But I just, because COVID woke me up, it said, like, what am I doing with my life? I'm doing the same thing, the same rut, and I'm not really happy. I need to make a choice. I need to make a decision. And some of us don't want to make decisions because we get so caught up in the rut. We get so scared and I just went for it. I mean, heaven may be, I met my wife on like one of those dating apps. that's that's a story of its own. Before you had to pay for it. I'm not going to name names because I don't want to like get caught up into something. Somebody just cease and desist. But I met her on one of these dating things. It was a union that probably should have never really happened. To be honest, it just happened by fate. She was from South Carolina, born in South Carolina, lived in Florida. I'm here from West Virginia. She's a travel nurse, and for some reason, she's like, "Hey, I'll give West Virginia a shot." And before you know it, I'm running my little circles that I did, getting lost in the sauce. And she reached out to me, and I was kind of nonchalant at first, because I was used to. Um, this camera's going crazy. But I was used to just getting screwed over by people, and so I wasn't really giving her the time of day. And you know, but now she's the love of my life. She's my best friend. She is technically my manager. So if she happens to pop on here, she might say hi. But back to the whole COVID thing. Yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff that happened while we were down. We weren't really sure. I mean, another thing is with the vaccines. Normally, vaccines have to go about 5 years through a trial. COVID vaccine did not. It was still brand new. It was ice in the box. I remember them bringing the box with, you know, uh, the whole cold nitroglycerin or whatever you call it, where it's just still like this fog was coming out when they opened it, and they injected me with this cold stuff, and I was just like, I hope this saves my life. I mean, I'm here, right? Uh, but some people weren't so lucky. Some people um, died, and it wasn't the COVID. It was a response to the vaccine. Um, that's some rabbit holes that you can go under. Might make the brain fried. I try to keep the logic in the rabbit holes. I try to. Everybody goes down a rabbit hole, you know. You start putting patterns together. Start putting things together. But you have to remember that you have to step away from it. Touch grass. You know. Think about it logically. You got to have your Scully from X Files focus on it. Mulder was out the chain, dude. And Scully kept him in path, kept him in his place. And that's the type of relationship you need to have when you're going down these rabbit holes. So, but yeah, that was my 2 cents on the COVID thing, man. It was just like, we have a whole bunch of satellites that popped up. We have over 15,000 satellites. You only need 2,000 satellites to really operate everything that we have on the planet, but yet we have 15,000 satellites. Either we're going to have like super high speed, impressive internet, or we have a lot of spy cameras up there, I don't know. That's just opinion, not stepping on anybody's toes. Happy to be alive. So, if you just joined in, like I said, this is the beginning, man. This is a hobby. This is what I want to do. Um, I just want to bring the truth, man, and I can't wait for you guys to start seeing the people I interview. I already have a huge list yet, and this is like my first show starting, so I'm just giving it a shot, man. I got something to say, and I want the world to wake up. I want everybody to wake up. Stop letting people make decisions for you, because if you fall asleep, if you don't vote, if you don't pay attention, people are going to make decisions for you. And this whole idea of being free is not really free anymore. We're just drones and zombies attached to our cell phones, letting people make our decisions. You know, be a free thinker, man. Um, think for yourself. Wake up. Also, if you have any stories of your own, anything that's like weird that happened out like in your location or during your lifetime, and you'd like to share with me, my email for the show is two rabbits, one hole, one at gmail.com. If you have a story that you want to share, and I can talk about it on the show and do a little deep dive and do research on my own and maybe bring some more light to it, I would love that, and I would enjoy it. And come be my fellow rabbits as we go down these rabbit holes. Um, like, that's really all I have to talk about the COVID thing. I have some videos and AI that I made that I'll tie up a little time to make it look cool. But, you know, where was I? Speaking of medical, a fun fact, a fun hack. So, and they don't teach you this in school, and I found this out when I had my back injury. You have to stay on doctors, man. The bedside manner is not the way it used to be. Um, the time that I almost died because I had an injection and I'm allergic to the dye, and my breathing it went bad, and I had to go to the ER. As soon as they gave me the injection to help me, they were just trying to get me out. And I'm like telling them like, dude, my blood pressure is not normal, and you guys are trying to kick me out. I made sure to, put that on the comments when they asked me to rate everything. The doctor was fine, the nurse was fine. It was the other ones, the other nurses that were just trying to kick me out. So if you're having issues with medical personnel and stuff, stay on the ball. Get those apps, email them, update them, make them do their job. That's what they're there for, you know. And I don't blame them. I'm probably sure somewhere on the lines that they just get so burnt out on their position, and it gets to a point where people don't care anymore, and that's a problem. You know, I feel like if you're going to do a job, you still need to do it passionately. You still need to do it that you care. And when you feel like you're getting burnt out, it's your job to do something to pull yourself out of that rut. You still have a duty. You still have a job. Just the same as like I'm a corrections officer. It's one of the saddest positions in the world. It's like I hear the most horrible stories. I see the most horrible things. And and I talk to some horrible people, and I have to bring the light. I have to bring light in that. I have to bring positivity. I try not to judge. It's not my place to judge, but I do have a job to do to get things moving. So if you find yourself burnt out by your job, there's two things you can do. You can quit and find a new job, or you can figure out what's going to bring you back. What's going to get you to touch grass? What's going to make you like a strong ability to do your job again? Because you can't exist like that. How can anybody exist and be happy in what they do? I made the decision during COVID to move to Florida because I wanted to be near the beach. It's always been my dream to be near the beach, and you know we we get lost in the sauce, man. We get caught up in this little rat race, and we forget how to take care of ourselves. Nobody's going to take care of you. I mean, we got friends and we got family, but if somebody doesn't see you as a person and they see you as a number, or they see you as an employee just to fill a position, nobody's going to really care about you. And you have to start caring about yourself. If you want others to care about you, you're going to have to start caring about yourself. Nothing's going to be handed to you, nothing's going to be given to you. These are just things that I've learned on the way, man. I'm 40 years old, believe it or not. welcome to 40. I got two herniated discs and arthritis in my spine. Thanks, Marine Corps. Hoorah. So, um, but yeah, man, you gotta take care of yourself out there. This world's crazy. Um, gotta wake up, man. We gotta take care of each other. I think in society we kind of miss that community, that ties, that brings us together. I remember when I was in the Marine Corps, I enjoyed getting to know people. That was one of my favorite things. If you had to honestly ask me what did I enjoy about the Marine Corps was meeting people from different walks of life, hearing the stories, hearing people's stories, and I lost that on the way when I got out of the service. And this podcast is a way for me to reconnect. I'm meeting a lot of good people. I just recently went to the Panacea like beer festival, and awesome beer by the way. Some of it's dangerous because you start mixing that vodka and like, oh boy, they were giving out vodka shots, and I was like, when did you start doing this? That was wild. But I want to do a shout out to them because Bray Lit Home Bake Goods, fresh baked. Their phone number is 850-566-5754. Baked goods, dude. Oh my god, dude. They made this Cinnabon with pecan out of this world. Great couple. Love them to death. I can't wait to interview them and get to know their story. So look out for that on future shows. Um, Again, I'm gonna be using Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, and I'm gonna piece together and we'll see what we got. Another shout out that I wanted to do was Handmade Crafts. They made freeze dry candies. Their name is the Pink Flamingo Crafter at gmail.com. Facebook slash Dorothy Designs TLH. So if you get a chance, check them out. I got some freeze dried space ice cream sandwiches. And I was like, dude, I gotta try that. Come on, man. And I tried it and I was like, dude, it tastes like ice cream sandwiches. And he has this machine and he freeze dries them, and he even had pizza. I wasn't so much of a pizza. I mean, it's like Tostino's. I mean, if you're a fan of Tostino's, I don't knock it, but do try if you get a chance to look them up and you're in the Tallahassee area, Tallahassee, Florida. Definitely give them a shout out because their freeze dried candies are out of this world. Um, and those are the only people that I got for right now. In the future, I hope to attend a micro wrestling with the midget wrestlers, little people. Not trying to, just micro wrestling. Not trying to upset anybody. Like, dude, like it is an awesome show. I recommend it to anybody. They put on a really good show. They're going to be at April 15th in Monticello. I've always been bad at pronouncing that name, Florida. So if you happen to look them up, Micro Wrestling on Facebook, just check them out. They got a show coming up. I'm excited for it. I hope to be able to interview somebody for the show. If not, I mean, I'll at least go there and enjoy the experience because it's a fun show. I recommend it to anybody. It's just good old clean fashion fun. So, other than that, I mean, that's like my first show. I haven't really had anybody commenting. I've had some people come through, check me out, but and that's okay. I'm just starting out, and I hope to be something. Other than that, it's a great hobby to get into, And I'm going to interview, get to know people, and try to bring some news, man. Try to bring some real news. Uh, you have to look up to people like Nick Shirley. Man, Nick Shirley is, I don't know if you know who he is. He's a 23-year-old independent reporter, and he shed a light on the issues going on in Minnesota where they had fraud. Somalians were operating businesses with no children. They were having daycares with fake names, and they were getting passed through, legislation, and nobody was checking on them, checking in on them. And there was like $20 million of taxpayers' money being blown on this fraud. He then traveled to California and discovered $50 billion worth of fraud going on in California. I have to do a shout out to Nick Shirley, dude. You're doing a wonderful job. I mean, these are taxpayers' money, and it's getting squandered. It's getting wasted on people taking advantage of what you think is a good program. In reality, it's just somebody scamming, and they're sending money back to Somalia and supporting terrorism. And I don't agree with that. We work hard. Everybody works hard, and you need to keep track of where your money's going. Because me personally, I don't want my taxes to go to terrorists. I don't want any of that BS. They need to go to where they belong to. Children at risk, children that suffer, diseases and medical issues and so forth. Like actual legit people that need help. That your taxpayer money should be going to those programs, not the fake programs that are supporting terrorists. I don't agree with that. Definitely don't agree with that. I don't think anybody agrees with that. Like I said, it falls under the lines of why I'm even starting this podcast. This is to get people to wake up. You gotta wake up because there's so much going on in the world and we're missing it. And if you keep falling asleep on it, dude, I mean, before you know it, you're not even gonna recognize the world anymore. That's the reality of it. So we gotta hold on to our freedoms. We gotta hold on to our rights. We gotta take care of ourselves, and hoping to do so, take care of each other. Because there's a lot of people that are making money, and getting rich off of the innocent, and that needs to stop, man. You shouldn't go into business thinking about how you can screw people over so you can make money. The people that you fool, you should make a business in the sense that you're helping out your communities. You're selling a good, viable product, and you're a decent person. But you don't really see that. You see people taking advantage of people, and it's terrible. So, like I said, this is my podcast. This is my show. I hope to get a little bit better at it. I was just giving a wing. This is the first episode, so don't knock me for it. It's Two Rabbits, One Whole podcast. If you have a story or something that you want to share, something weird, or just you just want to share your story, that you feel it's important enough for people to hear your story, then hit me up. Two Rabbits, One Whole, one at gmail.com. Two Rabbits, One Whole, one at gmail.com. And follow us on the Facebook page, Two Rabbits Down the Warren Press. Two Rabbits Down the Warren Press. Unmistakable. Nobody's got that name, so look it up. Hope to hear your stories. Hope to hear your replies. Hope to hear your feedback. Whatever. But it's getting late in the morning, and I got a night shift to do. So, as heaven onto earth, or earth onto heaven, I don't know. Trying to do a saying to segue off the show. Tune in next time. Come down the Warren with me.